Hey everyone, today's video is about when you have a huge fight with him. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. And let's get going. You are facing in your apartment, the same one you shared with Katsuki Bakugou for the past year. The tension in the air was thick, the echoes of your argument still bouncing off the walls. You couldn't even remember what started it. Something trivial, something that should have been brushed off with a laugh or a shrug. But tonight, it exploded into something larger, spiraling out of control. Bakugo stood in the other side of the room, arms crossed, his jaw clenched tight. His ruby eyes, usually so full of fire and determination, were narrowed and a glare that sent shivers down your spine. He was trying to keep calm, but the anger was radiating off of him in waves. "You're being unreasonable, Katsuki." He finally snapped, breaking the silence. The words flew out before you could stop them, but you didn't care. You were too far gone anyway, too caught up in the heat of the moment. "Oh, I'm being unreasonable." Bakugo shot back, his voice rising. "You're the one who keeps pushing and pushing, always needing to prove something." "Prove something? You think I'm trying to prove something to you? This isn't about you, Katsuki. This is about us." "Damn right it's about us. And I'm telling you, you're the one who always on my case. Always looking for a damn fight." His fists were clenched at his sides, and you knew that he was struggling to hold back his quirk. The small, controlled explosions flickering in his palms as a sign of his growing frustration. You threw your hands up in exasperation. "Because you never damn listen, Katsuki. You're so stubborn, so set on doing everything your way. I can't even talk to you without you blowing up." "That's bullshit, and you know it." His voice was loud, almost defeating. "I always listen. I listen to every damn thing you say, even when it's just stupid shit that doesn't matter." His words stung more than you expected. You felt your chest tighten, tears threatening to spill over. "You think what I say doesn't matter?" Your voice cracked, betraying the hurt that you felt. "Is that what you think of me, Katsuki?" Bakugo's eyes narrowed slightly at your words, as if he hadn't realized how hard she had been. But the anger was still there, simmering just beneath the surface. He looked away, running a hand through his spiky blonde hair in frustration. "That's not what I meant." "Then, what did you mean?" You weren't going to let him off the hook that easily. You needed to hear him say it. Needed to understand why this fight had escalated so quickly. He was silent for a moment, struggling to find the right words. Bakugo was never good at expressing his emotions, not when they were this raw, this vulnerable. Finally, he looked back at you, his gaze intense. I meant that sometimes you say shit that gets under my skin. Not because it doesn't matter, but because you matter, okay? And when you're upset, it pisses me off because I can't stand it." You stared at him, stunned by his confession. You hadn't expected that. The anger in his voice, the frustration in his eyes. It wasn't because he didn't care. It was because he cared too much. "Katsuki," you whispered, the fire draining out of you. You took a step closer to him, wanting to close the distance between you, to bridge the gap that this argument had created. But Bakugo held up a hand, stopping you in your tracks. "No, let me finish," he said, his voice softer now, but still firm. "I know I'm not easy to deal with. I know I'm a damn nightmare sometimes. But I'm trying. I'm trying for you, because you're the only person I give a damn about. And when we fight like this, it makes me feel like I'm failing you." You could see the vulnerability in his eyes, the insecurity he tried so hard to hide behind his bravado. He wasn't just angry, he was scared. Scared of losing you, of not being enough for you. "Katsuki, you're not failing me," you said, your voice trembling with emotion. "I love you, stubbornness and all, but we need to talk." Like, really talk. Without yelling, without fighting. We can't keep going like this, tearing each other apart every time something goes wrong. Bakugou nodded, his expression softening. He took a deep breath, his shoulders relaxing a bit. Yeah, you're right. I don't know how to do this sometimes. I don't know how to be softer. You reached out, gently taking his hand in yours. His skin was warm, the faint smell of burnt caramel lingering from his quirk. You don't have to be softer, Katsuki. You just have to be honest with me and with yourself. He squeezed your hand, his thumb brushing over your knuckles. I'm not good at this shit, but I'll try. For you, I will try. You smiled, a tear slipping down your cheek. And that's all I ask, okay? We'll figure it out together. Bakugo pulls you into his arms, holding you close against his chest. His heartbeat was strong and steady, a comforting rhythm that eased the tension in your body. Together, he murmured, his lips brushing against the top of your head. You stayed like that for a while, just holding each other, letting the anger and hurt melt away. The fight had been intense, but it had also been necessary, forcing both of you to confront the issues that you've been avoiding. And now, in the aftermath, he felt closer to Bakugo than ever before. I'm sorry, he said quietly, his voice rough with emotion. For the shit I said, I didn't mean any of it. I'm sorry too, you replied, looking up at him. I didn't mean to push you so hard. I just want us to be okay. We will be. He promised, his hand cupping your cheek. I'm not gonna let anything come between us. Not even my own dumbass self. You laughed softly, leaning into his touch. Good, because you're stuck with me. Damn right I am, Bakugo said, a small smirk tugging at the corner of his lips. And don't you forget it. You smiled, feeling a warmth spread through your chest. Despite the fight, despite the harsh words exchanged, you knew you were both committed to making this work. And as Bakugo leaned down to kiss you, you felt a renewed sense of hope, a belief that together you could overcome anything. The kiss was awfully slow and tender, a promise of better days to come, and as you melted into him, all the anger and frustration that you had melted away, replaced by the deep, unwavering love that you had for each other. Thank you guys for listening. I hope you liked this video. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. And goodbye!